So the reason I'm interested in the idea of singing and the analogy of singing at the piano is because when I grew up, my mother was a singer. And I don't mean that she was a professional singer. I mean that she sang anywhere and everywhere. And she knew all the songs, and she wanted me to sing along with her. And that was great until I turned about, 11, and it wasn't so cool. But I think that my initial reason for composing and singing songs made by myself is that my mother was singing all the time. And I didn't know all those songs, and I didn't know all those words. And so for me, happiness was my mom singing. So happiness for me was making up my own tunes. So here I am, however many years later, and singing is still my happy place. When I hear a beautiful singer or a performer that's turning words into, feelings. I love the way you were talking about feelings. That was so nice. And I get emotional when I hear a beautiful singer or a beautiful player. And I got emotional last night. If you were there to hear me play, I started talking. I thought, oh shoot, I'm going to start crying before I ever get to the piano. Music just pulls that out of me. But sometimes when I'm hearing somebody play, I just think, I wonder what's for lunch. So we really want to have engagement. So for me, the first thing is, how do we make a sound on the piano? And, if we're typing, it is a percussion instrument, I'll grant you that. But for me, I want to hear that drop and release. We want to work with the mechanics of the piano. So for me, I want to feel like as soon as that note's been dropped, that I hear the after ring. I'm always looking for the afterglow of the piano. When I'm teaching, when I'm composing, when I'm playing. And what I hear lots of times is tension. You can hear it, right? And it's pinched. When we teach voice, we hear a singer and we know immediately something's wrong. We hear it. And we can't get inside the singer's body. We can say, well, when I do this, it feels like an elevator going up. I feel supported. I feel open here. My mouth is relaxed. I feel the sound in my nasal cavities. We can say and describe what it feels like to us to sing. Same thing about the piano. We cannot crawl inside that pianist's body and figure out what they're doing wrong. Are they holding? Are they pressing? Are they tense? Are their shoulders? But we can hear it. And I say that as teachers, it's our responsibility to listen to what our students are doing sound-wise. It will give you so much information on what's going on in their touch and their approach. Usually it's holding. So I say, avoid words like pressing, holding, pushing, because you get the tension there. When we stand on the floor, we just stand. So when I talk to students about, a longer sustained note, I don't say hold the note, I just say stand on a note. Immediately we have freedom. After ring, if I say press that note, or push that note, or hold that note, it's all the wrong words to get the wrong sound. So you might start thinking about how you're thinking about sound, how it's created, and so really we're using gravity to drop into the key. And we release it immediately. And then we get that beautiful after ring. And it should work on uprights, it should work on grands, and if you have a more sophisticated keyboard, it's designed to work that way. It's not always exactly right because it's digitally produced, but I think giving the straight goods to our students about the gravity and the velocity of the key strike is the way to go. So when you're trying to do balance, then you've got you want one hand to be softer, one hand to be louder. I hear lots of students, and I ask students this. I say, well, how do you get that right hand louder? And they say, well, I press harder. I press harder. And I say, well, how do you get the left hand softer? I press lighter. Well, where's the sound, right? So I say to them, think faster into the key. That will give you the volume. Because the faster the drop of the key, the faster the hammer goes up to hit the string, the slower the key goes down, the slower the hammer goes up to hit the string. You can experiment it. Look inside your piano, open it up, and see what's going on. But the minute I say that to students, it's like they are queen or king of the instrument. They can do all the wonderful things. Then we start becoming really aware of the connection of touch and release to get beautiful warm sounds, to get explosive sounds, and we are avoiding, you know, the edgy, harsh tones that we sometimes get in the piano. Okay, so that's my first little thing. If you look at your sheets there, it's never too early to work with your students about that.